Well, how is everybody doing today? Welcome back to another fine, fun edition of Borderline Texas Trash, baby. I'm your host with the most, baby, the most recognizable voice in podcasting today. I'm your good old friend, Uncle Boo, babies. I am here to get funky like a monkey on some turnip greens all night long, babies. We're gonna pot it down and get funky like a monkey up in this bitch. How is everybody? Of course, I'm your host, Stephen Booth. And this is Borderline Texas Trash, my friends. Can you believe this is episode 80 mother loving 82, man. Man, I'm still going strong. Still building, guys. It's going good. Well, I hope everybody's had a fine Thanksgiving. I know I sure did. I got pretty fat, pretty big, gained about 5,000 pounds in a day. So I hope you guys didn't overdo it like old Uncle Boo did here. But yeah, it was a good time. Went to my sister's, like I always do, for the Booth side of the family. We all met over there, and then we went to the kids' aunt's house. My wife that passed, her family, they still get together and do stuff with us, so we went over there too. So it was a good time, man. Yes, it was a very good time. Kids had fun, eating anything they wanted. Usually on functions like that, I don't tell the kids what they have to eat. I let them just eat whatever on Thanksgiving because that's what it's about. Family and food, I guess. No, it's about family, but food too. But anyways, I hope everybody had a good time. Hope everybody isn't killing themselves trying to do some Black Friday shopping. So that's always good. I don't know if the crowds are that big like they used to be because I went to Walmart this morning to get some stuff because I always make a Christmas town. And there was still Black Friday stuff. So maybe the crowds just aren't that big anymore or something. I don't know. But if you're out there doing that today, hey, good luck. Excuse me. Well, I hope everybody, like I said, had a good Friday. Had a good Thanksgiving. Today is Friday. And like I said, I'm going to put this out as soon as I'm done recording it. And it should be a fun show today. I got some good stuff lined up. Stupid news. Uncle Dickie's going to drop by. We go back in time today to 1965. And then, I always cover the New York mob. But I never do much on anything else. So, what I'm going to do is break down the... I'm going to go over the Philadelphia mob. Because I always go over the New York mob and all that. So we're going to start dipping into the Philadelphia mob. So don't worry. I got you covered. And I think that's it after that. So it should be a good, fun show. Good, fun times, my fraggly little friends. Well, I guess if we're done. Oh, and if you hear anything in the background, that's a dog's fight. And I've already kicked them out of the studio. But one dog stayed in, Reed. He's my boy. He's got to stay by Daddy's side. But the other two are outside playing. So if you hear something, they're running up and down the hallway playing like a bunch of banded poochies right now. But like I said, we would get on with the show, guys. Let's start out with some stupid news. What do you say? Okay, we will start out with Tennessee. In Tennessee, a truck carrying about $400,000 worth of Jack Daniels spilled all over the highway. So they had a lot of people licking the highway the other day, not letting that Jack Daniels go to waste. No, but seriously, there's a big old box trailer full of, some Jack Daniels whiskey to be distributed. And when they, I guess, was hauling it, the guy was going too fast and he turned it over. And everything inside pretty much broke. So they had whiskey all over the place. That would have been a big mess. You think of all the people like, oh my God, look at all that Jack on the ground. Jesus. All right, let's go to number 2. BMT, you know what BMT is? It's the Black Entertainment Station. They got together with some, I guess the people. I guess they got together and did like on some BET show. They made some announcement saying that they was going to break the world's longest soul train line in Harlem, New York, on a certain date. And I guess they had a lot of people that responded and showed up. They had 536 people, which is the largest soul train line in history. So that's a new record. That's pretty cool. I remember that old show as a kid growing up, man. That show was pretty cool, man. Well, too, I'm a white guy, so we don't have a lot of funk and R&B in our life, and I liked watching. I enjoyed it. You know, they'd get in the line and come dancing down. It's pretty cool. You ought to see a little white kid like me trying to imitate them. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it was a good show. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It had some good music, good performers on there. And in number three, in Florida, a human arm washed up on the shore, and no one knows whose it is. All they're going by is a tattoo that was on this person's arm, and I think they think it's a female's arm. I'm not for sure. In number four, we have a Colorado man burns his house down using a blowtorch. Yeah. Dumbass. Way to go. This is why some people don't need to be on Earth. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm better than you or smarter than you, but come on, man. Who the fuck thinks of, hey, man, I'm going to do some spring cleaning. I'm going to get rid of these cobwebs with fucking flame, with a flaming torch. That's what I'm going to do, a blowtorch. Wasn't a good idea because apparently the curtains caught on and then he just went from there. So, yeah. Don't be a dumbass and try to knock down cobwebs with a blowtorch. Get a fucking broom out and knock them down that way, dummies. Just saying, you might save your house. I mean, some people, it fucking cracks me up. Then number five, in Russia. Ooh, get this one. This one's kind of creepy. It isn't real funny. I didn't laugh. But it's just, kind of one of them weird news headlines. A Russian actor was crushed to death by a backdrop that dropped on him during his performance. And they had to stop the show. Yeah, it happened in a performance, apparently. This guy was doing his part, whatever it was, singing or talking or whatever. But it was his part. He was on stage, and somehow the backdrop fell. And when it fell forward and fell right on this dude and smashed him. And I guess half of his body was still sticking out. And at first, they didn't think nothing about it. But after about a minute, they didn't let him sit there long. But after a minute, apparently, they were like, holy shit, he ain't breathing or talking or nothing. Let's stop the show. So they stopped the show. And yeah, he died on impact. I think it crushed his ass and broke stuff. And yeah, pretty bad deal. Could you imagine being at a fucking show and seeing a backdrop drop on somebody and they died right in the middle of it? Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stupid world news of today. I'm trying to get more, man, but sometimes I just don't get enough. Sometimes I get a lot, but I get what I get. I'm going to try to get more of them, though, so. But this part of the show is brought to us by Security Finance, guys. Don't forget, you need any loans, helps with your taxes when they come around. Go talk to my friends at Security Finance here in Mineral Wells, Texas at the Brazos Shopping Mall. And when you go in, ask for Carrie and tell them Uncle Boo sent you from Uncle Dick from Borderline Texas Trash. Or you could give him my real name, Stephen Booth. But don't tell everybody. Man, I've just got the hiccups this fucking morning. I just can't quit, but I'm in a good mood. Let me get a drink, and we will switch over and go see what Uncle Dickie's doing. He took some time out today to fill us in on what he's been doing with his Thanksgiving. And thank you to everybody who is liking my Facebook page, So, because need to check up on it. Because like yesterday, I put out a Thanksgiving um, picture with me and the kids saying Happy Thanksgiving. So go check out my Facebook page, Borderline Texas Trash, guys. Well, I think it's time to go see what that old crazy ass coon in Louisiana's doing, old Uncle Dickie. What do you say?
Well, hello everybody. It's your good old friend Uncle Dickie, baby, the most recognizable voice in the old podcasting world today. Hope everybody's ready to get funky like a monkey on some turkey greens, baby. You know what I mean, baby. You know how we roll down here in Buffalo, Louisiana, down here in our Cleveland Shoals, baby. Hope everybody had a good, great Thanksgiving, man. Hope everybody had some good old times with their families, and I hope you're still getting together. This whole weekend is nothing but just Thanksgiving and family. And putting up the old Christmas tree about this time. See, I'm kind of like my cousin. I don't put up my Christmas tree until after Thanksgiving. So, you know what that means? I'm not gonna do it after Halloween like a lot of you people do. You crazy. You bunch of crazy people. But it's okay, man. Be you. Put your tree up when you want to. Put it up after fucking 4th of July. I'm just giving everybody a hard time out there. But I hope everybody's been doing good today. This is your good old friend, Uncle Dickie, baby, from Boothville, Louisiana, in my plateaus. But it's been good down here. Everybody started coming in, on Wednesday, you see. Everybody comes in on Wednesdays, and they, some of them stay till, Sunday. Some stay just for dinner on Thursday, but majority of everybody stays Wednesday night, and then we have a big old dinner for Thursday night. You know, Thursday for Thanksgiving. Watch some foosball. Speaking of foosball, Jesus, man, you fucking Cowboys, your team loses, and then my goddamn Saints, man, they got that ass kicked by the fucking Bills last night. What the fuck? I mean, Jesus, man. My LSU team sucks this year. LSU, man, they sucking ass. We got a new coach coming in sometime. Don't know who it's going to be yet. No one said nothing, but I'm keeping my ears on it. But I can say, at least my LSU Tigers are doing better than my than my cousin Uncle Boo's team, the Longhorns. But yeah, it's all good though, ladies and gentlemen. My team will win in time. But yeah, everybody get together. We ate, watched football yesterday, played around. Went out, did a little bit of hunting there, and then sorry if you hear that noise in the back. The dogs are all just being crazy. But yeah, we had fun. We have one person that fries up the turkeys. Then we got one. I smoke at least one or two. We usually have one or two fried, about two fried, two smoked, and that's about 4 turkeys, and that usually feeds everybody. And then we have some ham, and we usually just kind of make more food with the leftovers after that. Make different stuff with it. But it's all fun. Today's Friday. We's all getting up with that stuffed belly hangover, from eating too much yesterday. but it's all good, man. I just love the getting together with the family and all that, and everybody's good food and just good old times, man. But today we're just being lazy. We're gonna have a little shindig later tonight. Gonna get a big old bonfire going. We usually do that on a Friday. We get the bonfire going, and then usually tomorrow people start waking up. I'll cook a big old breakfast, and everybody start heading back to their homes and all that since Thanksgiving's over. But hey, man, we're gonna get together today, put up some Christmas ornaments, and have a good old time doing it, babies. It's It'd be a good time. Me and the kids love it. We kind of do what my cousin does. Uncle Boo back home. I ain't from Texas, so what am I saying that? But anyways, my cousin Uncle Boo from Texas. He has it's Boothville, his village. Well, we do a village too. We're gonna be putting that sucker up today, and all sorts of good stuff. Hey, will you guys give me a minute? These dogs are really getting on my nerves. I'm gonna have to go kick some dogs. Oh, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. Well, with all this commotion, people coming in and out, everybody's starting to wake up and all that, and get woken up. I've been up since 6. I got up and started cooking some breakfast on the big old black stone. Yeah. Cooked some bacon, some eggs, some hash browns, some grits. All sorts of good stuff, man. It's real good food, real good breakfast we had this morning. But yeah, the dogs have been barking, people coming in and out. Well, 'cause a lot of my cousins, since I have a big house, but I got some room. Usually, what they do is they let the adults stay inside, and they bring no campers and put the kids inside, so the kids will be out there. But that's usually what they do. Some of them come in their campers and all that. But anyways, I got the dog situation figured out now. But yeah, it's been good. It's going to be good time today. Good time tomorrow, and everybody be leaving tomorrow, so I'll cook another good go home breakfast for everybody. But other than that, man, excuse me, it's just been a good old time, man. Had a little homemade moonshine we've been passing around. See, that's one thing I like right there. Is a lot of me and my cousins make homemade moonshine, and we all have our own different recipes, you know, and we all can make some pretty good whiskey. We can make pretty good moonshine, babies. It'll start your car right up. But yeah, man, it's been really good time for Thanksgiving, and I love it and I enjoy it. And there's just nothing better than being around family about this time of year. I'm just glad I'm not getting some of that cold front like my brothers in Texas got this morning. I hear it's pretty nipply over there, but we are staying warm down here. We're gonna have to finish having a good old Thanksgiving. Like I said, we're gonna spread some Christmas cheer today with this here. But I think it's gonna be good all day long, you know. But you guys, I'm glad you listen, and I just want you guys to thank you. I just want to thank you guys for listening to my cousin's show and listening to me too. But it's all good. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family. Thankful that everybody's still here alive after that big old hurricane came through and tore everything up. But hey, we getting it all back together and everything's finer than hell, babies. But I just want everybody to know this is Uncle Dickie and I love you guys very much. Thank you guys for listening to me, and thank you guys for listening to my cousin. Don't forget to listen to us now on all our platforms. But this has been Uncle Dickie, guys, and I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all had fun, and we had fun getting like a monkey on some turnip greens, babies. But this has been Uncle Dickie. I will see you guys later. You'll be good now, you hear?
Well, that was Uncle Dickie. It's always good to hear from the old Dickster. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far, man. Well, you know what we got next, guys? We are going to go way back in time to 1965, babies. Let's see how they lived back then. Well, we know how they lived, but we're just going to go back in time and see how much everything was. See what was hip back then. See what was cool. Yeah. And I picked 65 because I know I've done like in the higher 60s and the low 60s, but I've never done like in the middle. So it ought to be a fun to go way back time. Sorry about that. You got a little lip tied. See, I got the god dang hiccups, man. It won't fucking stop. Okay. Let's, like I said, go back in time to 1965. All right. Let's see. The top movies of 1965. All right. The top movies of 1965. I'm going to start with number 6 and work all the way to number 1. And I guess what I'm going to start doing is writing the movies, what they were about, too. So I'm going to start doing that. Anyways, number 6, Ship of Fools. The Collector. Number 5, Darling is number 4. Number 3 is A Patch of Blue. Number 2 is Dr. Zingenvago. And number 1 is The Sound of Music. I know everybody's had to see that one. I've seen that one, but I ain't seen the rest of these movies. Let's go over and see what the top songs were from that day. Starting with number 6. Going to go with the Byrds with Mr. Tambourine Man. I know everybody remembers that one. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for Steve. Then we have number 5, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs with Wooly Bully, Wooly Bully, Wooly Bully, Wooly Bully, Wooly Bully. That's that one that starts out, seems all, Molly told Hallie about the thing she said. I know y'all have had to hear that one. And then, of course, here's number 3 with the Righteous Brothers with Unchained Melody. Guys, y'all have to know what that song is. Especially if you're around my age and you grew up in the 80s when Top Gun was a fucking hit. That's one of the main songs off of that. That's the bar scene where he's like, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, wait. And then Tom Cruise comes and like, I have this. I got this. And he's like, you never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. And there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. And remember, right here, the whole bar starts singing, you're trying hard not to show it, but baby, I know it. You've lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Da-doom, da-doom, da-da-da-da-doom. Yeah, I know you remember that. Sorry if I hurt your ears this morning singing to you fellas and ladies. Then we got the Beatles with Help. Help, I need somebody. Then we have the Rolling Stones with No Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. And here's the cars of that year. And I will say the Ford Mustang was a hot item in that year. Number 6 is the Pontiac. Number 4 is the Ford Thunderbird. 5 is the Ford Thunderbird. 4 is the Ford Mustang Fastback. And then number 3 is the Ford Mustang Convertible. And number 2 is the Ford Mustang. And number 1 is the Ford Fairlane. That was the top 6 selling cars of 1965. All right, let's go with the cost of living. Back then, a brand new house would cost you $13,600. The average income of the year was $6,450. A new car cost $2,650. Rent was $118. Gas was 31 cents. Stamps was 5 cents. Bread was 21 cents. Milk was 95 cents. And a hamburger, fries, and dessert, like a milkshake or something, was $1. A whole fucking dollar. I bought all of this for $1, everybody. A whole fucking dollar. Eesh. Yeah, I really honestly think the 50s would have been the best time to live. Just take away the racism and degrading women shit. But other than that, it was fine because it was, I don't know, just kind of innocent. Rock and roll was still coming alive, coming together. You had the street cars that kids were modifying and hopping up, and the hot rides, and just the music and the whole culture was good. I'd have loved to live back then. It was just so, I don't know. I guess I think it'd be fun because I'm one of the few people that actually got to grow up and be a kid without all this goddamn technology. Because when I was growing up in the 80s, internet wasn't here. Of course, MTV, stuff like that was booming, but not everybody had computers. Game systems really didn't start coming in big time until after 85. So, I grew up without that, where you'd have to go outside and play or call your friends up on the landline and say, can you play? Excuse me, can you play? So, yeah, it's just different times. But I think it'd be a lot funner because back then in the 50s, you had technology, but you had your basics: TV, radio, and a telephone. That's it, in cars. But I think it'd been pretty cool to live back then. I would have loved it. Well, I hope you guys kind of remembered going down 65. I don't remember it because I was born in 76, so. Well, I guess we'll get off with here. We'll get off of here, and we'll start our next part of the show. Next part of the show, guys, is the Philadelphia mob family. The Fito, Vento, the if I butcher these names, I'm sorry, because there are a lot of Italian names. The Favito crime family. Okay. I hope everybody's ready. Okay, here is we're going to go over the leadership and all that first. We're going to go over a lot of at first we're just going to go over bosses, their underbosses, and all that good stuff. And then, like I said, in future episodes, I'll break it down and cover each person or something like that. That'd be great. Like I said, excuse me if I butcher these names. Okay? Okay, we're going to start out with the historical leadership, the bosses through the years. From 1910 to 1929, the Giuseppe Cecilia, he was the boss from 1910 to 1929. He stepped down after someone tried to assassinate him, so he stepped down. And then from 1929 to 1935, you had Antonio Natale. Antonio Natale, he got murdered in 35. Well, then from 35 to 45, it was Gerolamo Evalo. He was deported back to Italy in 1945. Then from 1945 to 55, you had Giuseppe Jolite Bavitino. He was imprisoned. In the acting person while he was in prison from 54 to 55 was Frank Scratchy Avellano. He was replaced by the commission, which they had a hand in the Philadelphia mob too. Basically, the mob in New York put the people in charge that they wanted in charge in different cities. So even though they're in New York and like they're in Minneapolis or something, they'd still have their hands in every crime family in the United States. Then from 55 to 1979, now this guy made a career out of it. The boss was Carmen Favito. Big Carmen. He was murdered. And then from 1997 to 1984 was Pasquale Torvamino. And his name was Pookie. Okay, he was murdered. And then from 85 to 1994 was Mas- John Martestoni, and his name was John Running Bull. But he was in prison in 1991 and he died in 1986. But the active bosses from 91 to 93 was Castano Marino, or Marino. His nickname was Tommy. He stepped down. And then when he stepped down from 93 to 94, Joseph Capario was in charge. Cuzzy. He became the boss. So then from 94 to 2015, Joseph, the same guy, Capario, he was the boss, like I said, from 94 to 2015. And he was imprisoned in 2016 to 14. He stepped down and then he retired. So basically, he spent half his life, some time in prison while he was still running the outfit. Then from 99, while he was in prison, I guess, from 99 to 2011, because, I mean, he was still inside making the calls, but this guy made sure everybody still toted the line and did what they're supposed to. They're like, okay, we're going to go over that. From acting bosses, from 97 to 99 was D'Amico Crasso. He was indicted in 99 and became an informant in 2000. So this motherfucker flipped. He's a goddamn rat. Then from 99 to 2011, you had Robert Lipo. He stepped down and became a consular instead of the main guy running everything. Well, then you got the acting boss from 2011 to 15 was Joseph Franco. His name was Greasy Joe. He became the official boss. And then in 2015 till now, he's been running it. But he got indicted in 2015, but it was acquitted in 2016. Well, that is the bosses. Now, let's do the underbosses. The underboss from 1911 to 1923 was Salvatore Landon. His nickname was Brim. He got murdered. Then from 1923 to 1925 was Daninko Scrappa, the crane or the cane. He got murdered. Then in 1925 to 1929 was Antonio Natale. He became the boss. Then from 29 to 35. Oh, I'm sorry.